So
Let's do it.
we'll hop on. We'll do the thing and the stuff and the things and the hey everybody, how you doing? Good to see you. Glad you're here. I think maybe somebody's here. Hey, look, there is
Who's
somebody here. Mr. Remster. He says, I'm waiting. LOL.
What?
Isn't it fun to pronounce LOL instead of just saying LOL? I think it's better when we just go LOL.
Oh, definitely. Lol.
You got to do
Let's
it.
see. No, just checking in. Tomorrow's fine.
What was I know what I was trying to do. What was I trying to do? Wait, I want to mute myself. I don't want to listen to myself on there. How do I get into the studio though? That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get into my channel. No, not my channel. My YouTube. The YouTube studios. And I think we're gonna have to do a test run.
Four?
Um,
There's Jason. There he is.
Wait, where's that? Oh, there it is. There's the buy me a coffee thing. Hopefully I've got this all hooked up and it works and it does what it's supposed to do, but I don't know. I'm gonna hit hide on it for now. So hopefully nobody's buying me a coffee for the next couple minutes. If they do that could be a problem. The go live, that's what I want. Now go into this one. Yes, go in there. There we go. Now I can see what I need to see on that one. We are things and stuff and things. And now my MacBook says that there are updates available. Do you want to start now? No, I don't. Try tonight. Do it later.
6.
Remind me
5.
tomorrow.
Welcome to the Vlogpastors Podcast, a podcast all about the stories and strategies of sharing God's love in the digital world. Now, here are two pastors that love to put a camera in their face and walk around in public. They are the Buzz and Woody of digital ministry, Jarrod Brown and Joshua Verwers.
That's right, everybody. Buzz and Woody here. To infinity and beyond.
That's a good one.
Oh, man. Jason Remster seems to be who we have in the house. I
Hello,
didn't
Jason.
know if we were going to get and who we may or may not get today. We may get people. We may not. We don't know. I
No.
don't care.
No clue. It's
mean-
been too long, and we
Yeah.
would have missed this week if we didn't take this opportunity. So
Right.
glad to have it.
I mean, what is that audio feedback I hear?
I didn't do it. I promise I didn't do it this time.
I'm blaming it on you. It's definitely you.
It's
could be
always
me.
me.
From here on out, everything gets blamed on you. Even if it is my fault, I'm just going to blame it on you. It's going to be the default.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I care if people are here and if they show up. Obviously, I want them
yeah.
to be here. But if they're not, that's not going to deter me from hanging out and chatting with you, and then we'll just stream it on the internet because we can.
What has it been? What's the official date? What's the gap here? How long have we been off? Like 3 weeks?
I think it might be 4.
It feels like a month. It feels like over a month.
Yeah, I think, let me look real quick, and I can pull up the last one. So if I go to the dashboard, the last live, April 14th.
My.
1, 2, 3, 4 weeks tomorrow.
Whoo! Too long is what it
Yeah.
is. Too long. You had
Too
a couple
long.
misses. I had a couple misses, and we almost missed this week. So
Yes,
I'm just
we
glad,
almost
yeah.
missed it, but hey, we're here, and Remster's here saying hello to you, and Mr. Trey Van Camp says, I'm showing up, and he's here. Good to see you guys. Glad you're here. Jason says, just a shout out to Pastor Josh and his performance Saturday night.
Man, let's get right into it, okay? As they say, let's get ready to rumble. I don't have it. But what happened, man? Nothing's broken. You look intact. What's going on?
I'm good. Like, I am so good. The funny part is, in my old age, I have gained some wisdom. And I have learned through the years
Not
of
where I thought you were going with
professional. What?
I don't know. You said
You didn't-
wisdom. If you would have asked me that question in my old age, I have gained some referring to wrestling. I would have went with weight, not wisdom. But so go ahead.
Well, that too. But I would say that I've gained a little bit of wisdom. Now, this is the same guy who rolled off of his mother's roof just for a vlog in December.
Full sin.
But I would say that I've gained a little bit of wisdom, and I think it's partially from the years of pro wrestling, the years of pastoral ministry, and the years of vlogging, that I have learned that I don't have to kill myself to create something that provides value for the audience that I'm trying to provide value for. I can take an easier route that is more my style and my approach that actually works a whole lot better for everybody involved. And that's what I did.
So I'm willing to bet this means that you ran your mouth.
I ran my mouth a little bit. I ran my mouth a little bit. So here's the deal. Like when I was in the heyday of pro wrestling, I had probably the character that I had the most as Chance Cordova was probably part of the tag team Second Coming, where I wore khakis and a sweater vest, and I was kind of this preppy, run my mouth type of one of those guys that all you wanted to do was see somebody punch him in the mouth as hard as possible just to shut him up. And even when I wasn't running my mouth, people still wanted to punch me in the mouth. And so it was that type of a character. So I was going to go back as that, partially because, well, I have put on some weight in my old age, and it's easier to cover up with a sweater vest. So it's like, hey, why not do that? Hold on. I just looked over at a comment, and Andy McMillan in the house saying, we call that staff meetings.
Oh my.
You want to punch somebody in the mouth as hard as possible.
Yep.
I'm sure I've been involved in some of those staff meetings where people have wanted to. Okay, so that type of a character, I would just do things that entertained me. I thought it was funny. I'm going to do it. I don't care if the crowd likes it or not. It's just what I want to do. So
kind of sounds like the whole
my YouTube
vlogging.
channel. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm going to make the videos I want to make, and that's all there is to it. So yeah, that was kind of my approach going into this. Was I got there, and I'm going to be doing this character. And I didn't know what I was going to do. As far as a match goes, am I going to be in a match? Am I not going to be in the match? I'm hoping that I don't have to do much. And I was told that they're doing like an alumni introduction around the intermission, just to kind of introduce everybody. And then we were all going to be part of a large gauntlet match where 2 guys in the ring at a time. There's 2 guys on the corners that they're waiting to get in. One guy gets eliminated, new guy runs in. One gets eliminated, another one runs in. Until there's last man standing. So kind of a king of the hill type of a deal. That was the plan. I'm like, sweet. That'll be easy.
I have so many questions. I'm not a wrestling person, so I've got so many questions.
All right, ask away, because otherwise I'll get way too into this.
Okay, so who decides who wins? Like, okay, did y'all decide ahead of time?
Yeah.
So-and-so's going to win. How do you know, like, who gets thrown out at what time, or you just kind of go with the flow and improvise?
It depends. Most shows are a little bit more free-flowing. This one, that match, we had 26 people that were going to be in that one match. So if everybody has 5 minutes in there, we're going to be there until 2 a.m. the next day.
My.
So it was like, you couldn't do that. So they had that booked in such a way, and it was the promoter with some help of, I think it was actually one of their trainers' wives that did most of the booking for that match. And just basically said, hey, you're starting off, you're going to eliminate this guy, you get 60 seconds. Then you're coming in, you guys get 4 minutes. Then you get, whatever time. So I'm supposed to come in, and she tells me I get 4.5 minutes. And I'm like,
4.5 minutes?
Yeah. So she says 4.5 minutes. My reply was, do I have to use all of the 4.5 minutes? Can I take like a half minute instead? And she's like, oh, if you want to go less, that's fine. And I'm like, awesome. So I was like, I'm going to do as little as humanly possible. And then it's just, after that, it's whoever's in the ring and who you're working out with. You guys basically discuss what you want. Like, I had even asked the promoter and my old trainer and one of the others that were booking it, can I do whatever I want? They're like, yeah, just whatever you feel like. Just do whatever, which is never a good thing for me because, I mean, I'm going to do what I want, and I didn't want to do anything. Like, the guy I'm wrestling asks me, hey, do you want to bump me? Which a bump is when you take a fall, or it's also, it can be a noun or a verb. So the noun is I took a fall, I took a bump, or a verb is I'm going to bump you. I'm going to make you fall.
Okay.
So he's like, hey, do you want to bump me? And I'm like, bump you? I don't want to bump myself. So no, I'm not going to bump you. I've got to preach in the next morning. So I'm going to do as little as humanly possible. And essentially what happened is I got hit in the crotch like twice. And the second time I tapped out because I thought that would be funny. I mean,
oh my goodness.
Because if you really think about this, the most realistic thing that could ever happen, you get hit. I'm standing on the top rope. I slip and I fall and land on my crotch. I'm done. Like, anybody is in a real match and you hit yourself. Yeah. No, you're done. It's over. I quit. So I figured, why not just end the match like that?
So you must have been somewhat of a pretty good villain or something.
Oh yeah.
Because 4.5 minutes, I mean, they carved out some time for you.
Mm-hmm.
They really wanted you to suffer.
Yeah, and they didn't care what I did. But it was like, no, I'm in and out as quick as possible, and the crowd hates me, but they love to hate me. So it is that love-hate relationship, even though most of them had never seen me before.
It's their pleasure, their great pleasure to boo you.
I can come in and in 10 seconds, you know that I'm the guy that you want to boo. It's just like, it's so easy. Now, I've played it the other way where I've been the good guy, and in 10 seconds, you want to cheer me. It's always more fun to get booed in the wrestling game. So it was just like, that's...
What an interesting take, because I've been a part of sporting events, and when they boo you, it has a psychological effect when I don't know the size of the crowd at your place, but when thousands of people boo you, it's like, what is that? And when they cheer, it's like, what is that? I can't imagine the psychology of playing the villain and welcoming it.
Yeah, so and it's probably what helps me on YouTube. There's this big parallel for me with it because on YouTube, I'm all about the engagement. If you want to be a troll and hijack my comments section, I don't care. You want to hit the dislike button, please do. YouTube doesn't care. All YouTube cares is that people are watching and they're engaging with it. So engage away. You want to call me a heretic? Well, more power to you. I mean, your words, your reactions, your boos.
Just do it one word at a time.
That's not what fuels me. The what?
Just do it one word at a time so your comments go through the roof.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't care. And I think you guys, that have been in my chat at any point in time or seen some of the comment sections, I'll engage with them just with pure snark. And part of that was the wrestling heel that did that. That was the bad guy that came in and it was like, people wanted to boo me. And I would just tell him, oh, you're just booing me because you can't do what I can do. It was like, you're just booing me because you wish you were in my position, which sounds like a very arrogant, cocky kind of thing to say. And sometimes that's honestly my reaction on YouTube videos. It's like people want to hijack a comment section and start telling me how to do things. I'm like, you've got like an anonymous profile.
Videos. Exactly.
I see and you're supposed to be telling me, sure. Like, I'm going to take you seriously. But by all means, please tell me how to do things.
Yeah. How did Dustin do?
It's hilarious. I don't know how much Dustin wants me to share.
Well, was it bad or did he get hurt?
He's good now. He's on the mend.
Did he pull a hammy on it or what? What
Uh,
happened? I'll ask him. I'll text him.
Ask him if I can share, because I didn't ask him. Like, I've got a vlog that was going to come out today, but because we're doing this, I'm going to release the vlog tomorrow, and it'll have some footage in there. There'll be some video footage, and I'll have a link to the whole match. But when I tried vlogging as he was on his way out, asking him if he wanted to share anything, and he was being very delicate about his words, so it was like, all right, you don't want to share too much in the video. You don't want the entire interwebs to know everything.
Gotcha.
But
so you
no,
did
he's
vlog it. That's huge.
I vlogged some of it. And you understand, vlogging is kind of hard because sometimes you're in the moment and picking up the camera. It's like, I don't want to pick up the camera.
Yep.
Fortunately, I had Logan there. So before the show even started, we set up the tripod in the back, and he was able to record the segments that I was going to be involved in. And then I recorded a little bit beforehand, a little bit afterwards. Was planning on doing a bunch on Sunday, but things didn't go according to plan on Sunday, so it wound up rolling over into Monday a little bit. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun to get back there and do things that, like walking out. And here's just one of those things, like my ring entrance is one of the most enjoyable parts. Like, even though I'm the bad guy, everybody loves it because I'll climb up slowly to the top rope and then climb back down. So go up the outside and then down the inside, like as slow as possible, and then dip my toe on the mat, like, the floor is lava, and like jump scared of it. And it's so stupid. And yet people love it. And I did it one time because I was like, I see all these guys and they're showing off their athleticism and they're jumping over the top rope and they're springing in. And you know what? I'm going to do the exact opposite. It's hilarious.
That's brilliant. So was that the last one? Or were you guys talking about another? Would you do another reunion match?
Would I? Yes, I would. Dustin never will.
He's out.
He's out for good. Yeah, he's out for good. He'll never get back in.
I've got to know the story now. We got to have him on one day and find out what happened. Is it in the vlog or is this going to be a mystery?
You'll see the moment of impact, but I don't know as you'll be able to tell much.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what he said because I was editing today, and I think it's right there where he's starting to talk, and that's where I kind of left off. So
I'm sorry, my mind's going through. I'm like, I don't want to wait till tomorrow. I'm going to talk Joshua into releasing it after the live stream.
Nope, it's going to hold off. It's going to hold. I gotta work on the thumbnail too.
Oh, okay. Well, that's important.
I got to work on the thumbnail. Although I think like I've got a few different screen grabs. Typically with vlogs, like I've been changing my thumbnail approach. If it's a what Joshua type of a deal, or even the digital ministry, I've done new updated thumbnails for each one of those episodes. Those I'll take a photo and really put some attention and work into it.
Yep.
I mean, it takes me like 5 minutes tops on all these anyways. But the ones from a vlog, I'm just doing a screen grab. Half the time I don't even think about it. I don't know where the vlog starts. I don't know where it's going to end. I just grab a camera. I start recording. I have a thought. Maybe I'll share that thought. Maybe it'll change to a different thought. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And because of that, it's like after it's all edited and I've got the story, then it's like, ooh, so what screenshot can I grab out of this?
Yep.
So, and I think the title of it that I've got so far, if I pull it up, what does that say? I'm wrestling again. And so title like that. So it's like, ooh, now I've got to find something where I was in the ring and wrestling, and there'll be it'll be a good one. Probably see me holding my crotch, screaming in pain. Because I figure, why not? That's clickbaity. Right?
I missed a little bit of that. I'm super
laggy,
slow. Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I was saying a thumbnail of me like holding my crotch screaming in pain would be enough to click on it.
I'd click on that. I'd click on
It'd
that.
be like, what did he do? And is there a wiffle ball bat involved?
Right. No. I've seen your what Joshua stuff, top level, top notch, thumbnails. But then again, what do I know, man? I can't figure out the whole thumbnail game. They look great.
Yeah.
I would click on them. Of course, I think YouTube's kind of to a point now where they know what they're doing. They're shopping that stuff in front of you. I mean, just scrolling through stuff, it knows what I like at this point. I guess I'm on it so much. It knows whether the thumbnail's good or not. It's going to get me because it'll pass some of them. It'll pass it by me like 2 or 3 times. It's like, no, you really need to see this.
Yeah.
And I'll click on it because I'm like, thumbnail's not so good, but you've sent it by 3 times, and sure enough, I really need to see it.
So I've noticed that with the YouTube channel Daily Dose of Internet. They have got to be the worst thumbnails ever. I think all they're doing is just, it's an auto-generated whatever YouTube figures out. And I always look at them and I'm like, it doesn't ever pull me in, and I never look at the title because the thumbnail doesn't even catch my eye.
Yep.
But after about the 5th time that I've seen it, I'm like, what is this and why does it keep showing up? And then I look down, I was like, oh, Daily Dose. I need to click on that now. So it's just like, because I want to see the video.
Oh, yeah.
But the thumbnails are just not good. So
such a double-edged sword on that with YouTube, because it's like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to see any more forging videos. Like, leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
I do like a good forging video, but no more forging videos. And then they put it in front of me enough times. I'm like, fine.
I'm coming back. Yeah, it's got to be.
Well, it's like I'm tired of this. I don't want any more videos on this subject, and it just serves it. But after a while, I'm like, yeah, sure, you got me.
Yep.
They got you.
Absolutely.
To shop you out there, but it doesn't show me stuff that I actually want to see. Like some of the other vlog pastors that are out there, I never get their stuff. Never.
Yeah. So and that happens a lot with me. So I've got to remember to go back through YouTube and go to my subscriptions and scroll down. And I always look for that little blue dot to show me that, there's something new, which then I look at, the channell A Bite of Brownie, and I don't see a blue dot.
There's no blue dots.
I'm like,
there ain't no blue dots coming.
I'm like, where are my brownies?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We'll get to that here in a second. Hey, I want to get a couple more comments here.
I'm out on the comments, so you're going to have to read them.
Perfect.
Sorry, guys. No Wi-Fi for me.
Andy McMillan saying, I've been out a minute. Is this your new side hustle? No, Andy, wrestling, not my new side hustle. It was my old side hustle 20 years ago. I've been out of the game for, I think it's 13 years. Because it was 2008 was the last time that I wrestled a full match. I guess 2018, I think I went back for one tag match. It was kind of impromptu, and it was like a anniversary thing. Will I do another anniversary? Yeah, sure. I kind and part of me wants to get in there and say, oh, well, I can do everything the other guys do, but I understand my skill set, and if I just make people laugh and giggle because I got hurt, or I got hurt, they think I got hurt, I got kicked square where it counts, whatever it is, people just laugh and they think it's hilarious. And for me, pro wrestling is like any other sport. It's really a form of entertainment, and I'm there to entertain an audience. And so entertainment's all about some emotion. What emotion can I evoke out of them? And if it's laughter, come on, why not? I'll make them laugh at me. I mean, I don't care. So I would go back. It would be nice to be in better shape so I could do a little bit more, have them laugh at me a little more. But at the same time, I'm not going to do too much of it. So no, it's not a new side hustle. It's an old one. Miss Diana Gladney. Howdy. She's here. Good to see her as well. Dean Lentini saying, they're back. We are back. Jason Remster.
What's up, Dean?
Saying that he has a video, but it's locked down. Yes, it is locked down. So, and Miss Jessica B saying hi. Hey, Jessica. Thanks for letting Jarrod come out and play tonight. I appreciate it.
Hey, babe, while you're watching, could you turn off all the other Wi-Fi related systems in our house? Thank you. We're struggling.
Things are going.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
here half the time.
Yep. John Hayes saying, "Hey, the boys are back in town." Was that not a perfect,
That was
song
great,
for?
man. That was great.
She says no for you, just so you know.
Just gotta watch your shows, babe. Please, come on. Throw me a bone here.
Yes, good stuff. Let's see. Andy was asking, do you feel like pastoring has better prepared you for booing? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Okay, hey, you guys are in the chat. Do you hear that? I'm waiting to see if anybody else is hearing that silly audio feedback that seems to be back again.
I'm sure it's me. Let me look around.
Diana's saying, yep. You didn't plug in the wrong FET head again, did you?
No. Fool me once.
And this is a nice, like, digital, crazy... I have no idea what it is.
I have no idea. I don't think I did it. I might have done it. Just blame me.
It just went away.
Where's John
But I
when
don't
you
know what
need
it
him?
is. Who? John Hayes?
Yeah, is he in here?
Yeah, he just said the boys are back in town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was the perfect. Yes. So Diana says yes, she could hear it. Jen says yes, she can hear it. Andy says yes, he could hear it. Diana says lol. It sounds like dial-up.
Oh, it's probably my internet then. Shut up, Diana. What are you doing? You're always after me, girl.
It's like the worst ever. It's hilarious. Andy says that it's demons.
Cast them out. Somebody get after them.
Oh, that is funny. Andy says, do you forget to watch me? Lol. Yes. I forget to watch you. I forget to watch everybody.
It's as if you guys aren't making anything because YouTube doesn't serve it up.
Yeah.
It's weird. Anyway, I'm going to find you right next. I can't have any Wi-Fi.
This is the worst audio in the world.
Is it bad? Is it when I talk or when you talk?
It's just sporadic. It's like it used to be, when we suffered with that for like, I don't know. John is asking if you changed your setup again.
Me?
Yeah.
No,
I don't think he hasn't touched anything in like a month and a half.
I haven't done anything in a month and a half. Pretty much, literally, I haven't done anything.
Yeah, well, with YouTube, we'll just be honest here. It's been more on the YouTube front because you've been doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. Andy was saying, fair enough. No, and it's exactly, Andy, what Jarrod was saying, that it's just a search thing. Diana was just saying this. She says, I have to hunt for some creators even though they've published new content. Yeah. And it's weird. And the hardest part about this is every time YouTube starts to change their search algorithms, all of a sudden it tweaks that. So I'll be getting every video from a creator, and then all of a sudden if I take a couple days off of it and they change something and then I come back on, it never gets served up, and next thing I know, it's 6 months later and I haven't watched anything, and I'm like, did they just fall off the face of the planet? And then I go look and it was like, oh no, I just missed everything. Yep. So, I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. But no, I will go back through, and I do that quite often where I'll hit the subscription and then I'll start scrolling through and be like, okay, I need to check out a new one here, check out a new one here. I think the only downfall for most of creators, YouTube creators and people that I've subscribed to, is when I do that, that's when I'm typically on more of a time crunch trying to get them in where it feels like I want to touch base with these people. And then when I see like a 20-minute video, I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. And that's it. Nobody specific. It's just, I think pretty much everybody's done it. And I've done it. And I'm like, man, I put out a 20-minute video. Ain't nobody got time for that. I just know people aren't going to watch it. But again, I just do whatever I feel like and create whatever I feel like. So my encouragement for you is to do what you want too.
Do what
you
want.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry if I watch it or not.
And that's something to be said about consistency as well, because I know that if I haven't seen a video out of you in about a week, then I've missed something. With some of these other guys, I just don't know. I don't think about it because it's not in the habit of weekly. There's going to be something served up in front of me. And
Yep.
YouTube just kicks them off to the side, and it's like, not top of mind.
Yep, for sure. Dean was saying, I hope nobody plays the sound backwards.
Dean.
That's good. Diana, it's the aliens complaining they miss the streams.
Hey, wasn't it part of the Roadcaster thing the last time?
I have no idea. I don't remember that far
There was
back.
some setting. That's why I said let's ask John. John had it.
Oh no, that was when I was getting echo.
Okay.
That was the echo one. I don't know what this is though. But
Okay.
I don't know.
Is it
He
something we
says
could
Josh
press on
did
with?
just move stuff around probably. No, I actually did not move anything around. I said I was going to do it and I didn't actually do it. Although I did spill coffee on my MacBook like a week ago.
There we go. There we go. When in doubt, blame the Mac.
It's
I stand
you're
behind that.
MacBook, you're supposed to consume the coffee.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
to
I've
perk
got
you
like
up.
this nasty stain. It's a coffee stain on the carpet. Actually, I think it's kind of beautiful because it is coffee.
No. Speaking of coffee.
Jessica says, I turned off both Alexas. Oh, yes. Speaking
Ooh,
of coffee,
thank
if I
you.
have somebody in my house that wants to deliver me a floating coffee hand, that would be
Hey, yes.
amazing.
Double that for my house.
Yeah, and if there's anybody in Jarrod's house that wants to deliver him a floating coffee hand,
not currently holding a baby goat, that would be awesome.
that would be amazing. And if any of you guys want to deliver yourselves a floating coffee hand, you should know what to do. You can go over to buymeacoffee.com
it's been too long.
/ Joshua Verwers.
That's so messed up. I love it. I can't
You'll see
decide
the-
whether I
the
love it or hate it.
Floating baby angel Jarrod.
I can't decide.
It's hey,
Jury's
we
still
all
out
love
on
it.
Jury's
We all
still
love
out on
it.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
In a way. It's angelic, if you will.
Angelic,
I don't
yes,
know.
it
I don't
is.
know which side of that it's on, but
I get so much enjoyment out of it that it makes my face bright and red. It throws off the white balance in the room. Yes. Jen saying it wouldn't be a normal live if something didn't go wrong. Very, very true. Jason saying that this is due to Starlink.
yes. Yes. I'm right down here by Starbase, so you never know. Maybe all that traffic going back and forth, throwing things
Very,
off.
very well could be.
Floating a coffee, and I don't need it. I'm not gonna do it right. I want to see the floating baby.
You.
I want to see the floating Jarrod baby.
Hey,
Somebody's
floating
gonna buy
Jarrod baby may or may not make an appearance today. It just
I may
kind of
fire it
depends. One of these other ones, Dean saying it's a problem of having too many subscriptions. I never have the problem of missing content, but I only have like 20 or 30 subscriptions. You're probably right. I have way too many subscriptions.
How many do you have? Pull it up. How many do you have?
Does it even show you? Is that
That's a
possible?
good question.
Let me find
It's a really
out.
good question. I don't know
YouTube.
that.
It's probably going to say something.
I side with Dean on this.
Subscriptions. Okay, subscriptions. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it says show 281 more. So
All right. There's
288
our problem.
subscriptions.
Okay.
I don't think that's I don't think that's a problem. I think that is amazing.
That is amazing.
No, and here's one of the reasons. I look at subscriptions. Wink, wink. I look at subscriptions for me as being a bookmark. There are how many hundreds of thousands of channels on YouTube. I see something and I like it, and I'm like, you know what? I want to check this out again. Bookmark. Or subscribe.
Okay, so I'm the guy that can't commit. I'm the guy that has the plastic wrapper around the camera and on the piece of equipment, and I never take it off because I don't want to damage it just in case I have to send it back because I don't like it. And I can't commit to a subscription. That's why when we met that one time, it was a big deal.
Big deal.
I probably have, I don't know if you can see other people's, but I probably have 20 at most. At most. And most of those are just like intimate friends. And that's probably where I'm missing most of my notifications. But man, no way.
Yeah.
300? That freaks me out.
That
Can't do
freaks
it,
you.
man. It freaks me out.
It's not 300. It is 288 to be precise.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, different. You leave that plastic. No, that stuff's coming off first thing.
No.
Very first thing. Immediately.
You got to return it.
I don't care. I'll return it with it off. I'll just shove it back in, or I'll leave it off and I'll pay a repacking fee. No. It's coming off. I ain't touching that stuff.
Oh, I have new toys for you. I got to tell you all about that. We have so much catching up to do later on.
We are. We're going to do some catching up. Let's get a few more comments and then we'll do some catching up because I want to hear about you had some big stuff going on.
Okay.
John was saying, throw the new version of you and Duchess with sound. That'll fix it. Not going to happen. You'll have to convince Jarrod to create content on his channel to do that. It's not happening on this channel.
Tell you, it is worth it. It is worth it. John, you did a massive job. It needs to be shown on this channel at some point in time. Like one time.
Nope.
One little floater, if you will.
Nope.
Okay. You're missing out.
Maybe if at the point when I get like YouTube lets me into the partner program and enables super chats, then maybe I'll make like a $20 super chat just for people to see it. Because if I've got to look at it, you better fork over some money.
So wait. When's the partner program? What is it? What?
I don't know. I got to get accepted.
Such a little fish. What is that? Is that 10,000?
YouTube partner program. 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which means I need to get people to watch more of my videos.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
We need to make more live streams in a month.
Yeah,
I was going to say inside of a month. Does it have to be?
We need to do
you get
more.
Kicked out of the partner program by not having enough?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you just had to unlock it one time,
it used to be that way,
achievement.
but no. Then they updated it, and they're like, "Nope, we're going to do this," because they had a bunch of channels that would create like one viral video, and then just sit on it, and it like did amazing, and then it just gets a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, and they're like, "No, if you're not actually contributing to the platform to keep it going and keep creating content, we're not going to pay you," which makes sense to me. I like it.
It still made the video. Pay them out, YouTube.
Well, they did for a while. And then they're like, your royalties aren't in perpetuity. You're getting paid for this because after using our services and our platform
You're
and
welcome.
our audience that we have given you access to for free.
You are welcome. If it's a 12 million video, you are welcome. Pay me out.
And if they keep going and it keeps building views, YouTube will keep building it. But it's the ones that like went viral right off the go and then it drops down and it stays under that for so long, and there's short videos like, oh, this was like a 30-second clip. And they're like, no, you're not getting that much watch time on it for the year. And only so many people you're only going to get so many new audience members for that content. You got to keep bringing it. And with YouTube always wanting the advertisers, they're like, no, we need more content that more people can find so we can get more advertisements so we all make more money. And that's why I love how they call it the YouTube partner program, because they're really saying you need to partner with us on this platform. If you're not going to do that, well then, just use the services and we'll throw ads on your channel anyways. Which is the cost of doing business. Diana says this is awesome. It's like a 2003 chat room with audio for the first time.
So do we need to wrap it, or are we just going to push through?
No, we're going to push through. It just comes in and out. It's here. It's gone. It's there. She says the coffee alert is magical. Ooh, as soon as you said magical, I wonder if I can get that angelic baby riding a unicorn now.
What? Yes. Sorry. As soon as you said it, I want to see it.
That would be hilarious. I could probably do it. It's got to be like, I don't know, cartoonish. That would be hilarious. Diana says, I have over 200. I'm sure this is subscribers. And I think that's fine. Lol. Not everyone posts regularly, and that's across multiple interests. See? Diana knows what I'm talking about.
Over 200 what? Remind me?
Subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
Or subscriptions.
Oh,
yeah. I know she's got over 200 subscribers.
I'm pretty sure she's got more than 200.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and yes, she says plastic gets removed. Diana knows what's up.
You guys are like
black coffee, white chocolate. Come
anxiety
on.
level is rising. Oh man.
So John's saying, gotta get going. Great to see you guys back tonight. John, see you later. Make sure to come back and check out the replay because we are getting ready to jump in onto what Jarrod has been doing in the last month and why nobody has heard from him.
Ooh, yeah.
So Jarrod,
mysterious.
There you go. Tell me what's up. How you been? What's you been up to? What's going on? You had this big project that has hijacked so much of your time.
Yes.
And I was feeling neglected because of it.
Well, what's funny is I don't know which project you're actually referring to because there were a couple of them. Are you talking about
like 3?
Yeah. Are you talking about the church move? Are you talking about the Jesus People tour?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And yes.
Okay. Okay. Well,
start where you feel like.
Church move is awesome. I don't know what all the stress is about. It is painful in the learning curve. I think I've mentioned this before with you and on here on this channel. It's like I've seen so many people come alive in their gifting and people step up out of the shadows and find out that they were born for such a time as this. And just administrators, people for moving teams, childcare, just leadership, just amazing. Very cool. And it doesn't hurt that the place that was offered to us is an amazing venue, banquet area. It's got sound and lights and it's, kind of cutesy for the community, and it's amazing. So we've been in there 2 weeks now. This was our second full week. We ended up going a little bit early, like a week early, kind of doing like a dry run type thing. And then the second time we set up in the morning, tore down in the afternoon. It's a full day extravaganza for a bunch of people who are used to walking in and flipping on a light switch. And it has been incredible, but it has taken every last second to put the church up for sale, make sure it's cleaned up, ready to go, get rid of 30 years worth of junk that is packed into every nook and cranny, and it's a golden calf on every corner type of thing, and I'm out there slaughtering those things, like that's gone, take that to the dump, sell it, burn it. So all that, and then finding out where everyone fits to be able to pull, and that has been so much fun. And over top of that is this Jesus People tour thing, and I don't understand enough about the people who just came to our city to be able to describe it, but it's a worship team group called the Circuit Riders. They're out of basically YWAM, for those of you who know what YWAM is. And it came from Huntington Beach, and they were touring across country. And they have big cities like Austin, Houston, Dallas, whatever, Memphis, a couple of Little Rock, those types of stops along the way, and Stephenville.
Nice.
And so it was our just desire that whenever they came through here, that they would feel loved and honored and refreshed. Because they took a chance on us. They prayed and felt like the Lord wanted them to come to Stephenville, and we wanted to honor that risk, putting a big tour in a small town. And so we opened up as much as we could, police department, university, neighborhoods that were in need, ministries that needed folks that could come alongside, anybody that needed prayer. We tried to put them before as many people and leaders as we possibly could, and then we tried to treat them like kings. We fed them steak dinners and brisket dinners and breakfasts and things like that. And we built, there's so much that's gonna have to come out in vlogs and stuff, but we built a table that was like 130 feet. We built it in 8-foot segments, and anyway, just this awesome display of some words that we had heard on behalf of our city. And all of it kind of came to a culmination point on Wednesday of last week. And we had the concert. They had the 2-day outreach prior to where they had 100, it was 94, but 100 evangelists with, church members and whatnot, going out into the city, going to the university, and just pounding the pavement, praying for people. And we got to experience a pretty cool thing this last week. And our church was one of the flagship members of that effort. And I was super proud of our guys, the home team. So that's kind of what's been going on. Moving church, Jesus People Tour, and I'm sure there's something else that we've got going on, but those are the two ones that are front of mind for me.
Awesome. Yeah. And I watching it, because even though you weren't posting a whole lot, Jessica's posting a bunch quite a bit about the Jesus people, right?
Yeah.
And it was fun to see that. It was fun to see what was happening and what was going on. You shared a little bit of the BTS there over on Instagram. And it was fun to see that, but man, no, like for me, I'm like, I am so glad there are individuals like you that are willing to take those type of events and run with them. And even like the church move, I can't even fathom. Like, no, I get overwhelmed thinking about changing up my office and studio. And
there's plenty of that. There was plenty of that.
Oh man.
I am giving you the end product of God worked it all out. There was plenty of late nights, hair pulling out, working to the end of ourselves, realizing that we were operating in the flesh from time to time, getting bopped on the nose by the Lord to reset. It was just so many of those things. And then him coming through and realizing that you're kind of in a moment with the community that he's designed for you. And that was the stuff that kept me going. But there was plenty of that, man. There was plenty of there still is. Don't want to sugarcoat it, but it has been awesome. It's been a great month, but we're teasing, like we'll have a gap in the middle of the day. As most pastors know, you have, breakfasts and stuff and meetings and things in the morning time with your leaders and whatnot. And then you'll have your groups in the afternoon. And especially whenever you're swinging to a, new location and there's a whole bunch of energy behind it, it's full on. And we'll have a little gap in between where I'm working on client work, or we say hi to one another, or there was a couple days where I came home for like 30 minutes and took a nap. Just a full-on nap because we weren't getting enough sleep at night. But anyway, it's gone off of YouTube for a month, probably a month and a half. I don't know how long it's been since the last video, and it might be a few more days before we get our bearings about us. But that's why I think the last time we were talking, it's like, don't expect a video anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna be gone for a while.
I can see light at the end of the tunnel now. It was what was really fun was I got to work with some of their team, some of their media team, and they would send off footage for what they were shooting in San Marcos and Abilene and those places, and they sent them ahead, and I got to edit that and kind of put together a media package for the city. Let them know that this group was coming. That's fun.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Here's my question.
Yep.
How is it that you can go through these, we'll use these two events, big community outreach event where you've got people coming in that you've never really met, you don't really know, you're trying to do all that and coordinate with multiple churches, and you're also trying to have a church move. How is it that you can relay that to us with such optimism, and yet you leave the plastic on all of your gear and gadgets? Because that's not optimism. That's like, oh, my break.
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably something I still need to be delivered from, but I don't know, man. It's just, if you take the plastic off, it's so final. That's all I know.
As soon as I take the plastic off, it's mine. It's like,
now don't get me wrong, A7S3 plastic's going to get ripped off. That thing isn't going back. I'm in love with it, but there's other pieces that I like. If I'm not sure about something, like, is this going to work out? For instance, I picked up a new to me, well, it is new Mevo. I don't know if you've seen those things. Mevo system,
the little Mevo cameras. Yep,
they're glorified GoPros,
right?
But the software behind them is so easy. They sit in their plastic containers, though, because I can't decide. I've used them like 3 times, and I'm like, I don't, maybe. maybe, but they're so easy to use.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I have problems committing on that because I'm like, it's a glorified GoPro.
Right.
We're really going to use it long term? I don't know. A7S3, rip the plastic off.
Rip the plastic off as soon as possible. Now, I don't know as I've gotten to the point of going all Casey Neistat and pulling out an engraver on everything.
You might sell it one day. I never sell it.
And I that's the thing. It's like I think I might sell it one day, but then I never sell it. Although I guess I
never sell it.
There are some things I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of selling, we need to chat afterwards about finalizing.
Okay.
You gave me a thing, and I need to pay you for it.
Okay. So let's talk about gear. You said that you got some new stuff. Actually, hold on.
Yeah.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Jessica B, the Math Whisperer. Final exams, grades, goats.
Oh, we have a baby goat in the house right now. So before we hopped on the live stream, that might be to catch you up.
Is it Boo?
It's Boo.
It's Boo.
Boo's
How's
not
Boo
doing
doing?
real good. Boo is not doing real good. Life on the farm, my man. So we had 12
Boo
babies.
is so cute.
I think we had 2 or maybe 4 stillborn. So that sucks, but it's life on the farm.
Right.
Most of the babies are doing well. One of them is so small. She's a little
Tiny.
runt, little premature thing. She's
Floppy
been in the,
ear.
Yeah. She's been in the house tonight because when we went out there to check on them this afternoon, it's been raining all day, and they stack up in the barn. Well, she must have gotten stacked up underneath them, and so she's not doing real well. We found her laying there kind of in the mud. We snatched her up and brought her inside, put her on a heating blanket. I did some kangaroo time, or is that called koala? Which one's that one? Where you have the new baby and the mom or whatever, they're laying chest.
I don't remember what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I pulled some of that with Boo. We were like praying over Boo. We got our worship music going on. We spent some time just hanging out with Boo, and she I thought she was gonna die, but she's made a rally here in the last few minutes. I haven't heard her screaming, but I have my headset on.
Yeah.
So she might make it.
And
to fight another day.
And what do the dogs think about having a baby goat in the house?
Oh yeah, they're not down with that so much.
They're like, no, this is a fuzzy thing taking my space.
Yeah, that is prey. Let us deal with it.
They belong out in the pen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. Well, hoping that Boo's doing good. But yeah, final exams, grades, and goats. That is what Jessica's doing tonight, I'm imagining.
Oh yeah.
Lots of that. Sweet. Diana says, I have a question for Jarrod.
Yes, ma'am.
What if the ministry said you, all caps, had to vlog throughout all of those changes / the move? Or do you feel you could have maintained everything, or would have been too overwhelming?
A little of all of the above. So I brought my vlog camera along for pieces of it. But I went weird, Diana, on this thing. Like, I showed up in the moment. It wasn't like I'm embarrassed of vlogging. It just, every time the camera's out, you're thinking about content. For me, I am.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about documenting. I'm thinking about angles. I'm thinking about, exposure, all of that stuff. It's running in my brain. And there were moments with these guys that you would not believe. We sat on the side of a hill after dinner one night, and there was a storm in the distance, and there was like heat lightning, and lightning was going crazy, and it was just over the city, and this hill overlooked the city, and we're praying for the city of Stephenville and worshiping together, and it was such a tender moment that probably would have been amazing to capture on video, but I just did not want to whip the camera out and selfishly for me ruin that time with Jesus. And so that happened a couple of times. I got some cell phone stuff, got to where it's like, well, if it happens, I'll just whip my cell phone out. But for the most part, I would say we were full on into it, and it dawns on me, oh yeah, this would be great to catch for a piece of vlog content. Nah. So was it possible? Yes, entirely. Like I said, I went weird, and there were certain moments where it's like, this is just, although I want it for, what's that called? Posterity.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave this. I don't want to leave this spot. So I
this
missed a bunch.
is, and that goes around an internal dialogue that I have, an external, like with myself, an external one that I have with God quite often, and one that I've talked to other pastors about. Where is that line of us wanting to do a lot like what, the disciples did, where they essentially through the Gospels documented those moments with Jesus so that other people could have it. At the same time, how do we do that with it? I don't even know how to say it. It's like there's that balance, because I want to be there and I want to be present and I want to be in the moment and I don't want to miss it, and I don't want it to seem like I'm just recording this to show off, or I'm not doing it for the views. I'm doing it from the right moment or for the right purpose. But at the same time, do I record it? Do I not record it? Should I record it? Should I not record it? And this could even go to like some of the concept behind like a Mr. Beast channel, where he's showing his philanthropy and his giving. And yet Scripture, while it does tell us not to let that be seen, there's also many times in Scripture that it talks about that being done. So it's still being made known. All of these internal struggles. And then when we have moments where, hey, we're in the moment, we got this ministry that's coming in, we're having this encounter, it crosses our mind, but I think that we don't let it cross too long. And it's just like, I'd rather err on the side of just be present in the moment. But then I wonder at times when I've done that, did I miss an opportunity that maybe somebody could have seen something that they've never experienced? It's that struggle.
Fortunately, I did miss a lot. The night of the event, they had one guy covering the whole thing, and I had my camera with me, and I told one of the head guys, I was like, hey, I got my camera with me. I'm going to document as much as I can. We'll swap footage, that sort of thing. And he said, basically, he's like, dude, don't miss this. You labored hard in this. We've got a guy. He'll give you the footage of whatever you need from this. Which was good. And I set it down and gave it to Jesse, saying, hey, get what you can get and then enjoy. But it wasn't necessarily from my perspective. It's the event's perspective. So I don't know whether you call it a miss, but it's just like, I don't have that memory, but I have that memory.
Yeah.
I don't have it recorded, but it's there.
Yep.
And I personally, I thought I was going to be struggling with it, but I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Diana says, I feel you maintaining the moment. It's definitely a thing if you're already rolling versus having to go get the camera and start recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been going back, and I think I started this last year when lockdown hit. I started going back and watching all of Casey Neistat's old vlogs, like starting the vlog, which is like 800 episodes. So I started at the beginning, and I don't know. I think I'm maybe 400 in at this point. And that's been over the last year. And I'll watch, if I'm bored, I'll watch 2 or 3 a night, and they're 10 minutes a pop. But seeing a lot of those moments that he even talked about, that where there's a lot of his life that he didn't show, and it feels like he showed so much of it, which he did, but there were just moments that he's like, I just didn't show anything, and yet we still saw so much of it. So I think those are the moments too where I think about how he did it and look at what can I learn from the way that he did it, because he was obviously very present, with his family. But at the same time, he made sure that to carve out those moments to highlight things. And there were certain times where it was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And other times that he would. It was just like, it was really no rhyme or reason other than just kind of going with that gut feel. What do I feel? Let's just go with it this way. So it was, I don't know, I try to kind of take those moments, and it's like, am I going to do something? Am I not? Like, and in the vlog, you guys, when I put it out tomorrow, you'll see like Dustin showed up, and he's coming in from South Carolina, and I haven't seen him in a couple years. And I've got the camera, and he walks in my front door. Like, I thought we were going over to Mom's to meet up with him, and he decided to come over here. So I set the camera, as soon as he walks in the door, and I'm like, it's you, that type of a deal. And then the camera instantly went down. I just started talking, and it's staring at my shoe. for like 5 minutes, and then I just turned it off and I set it down and didn't turn it back on until the end of the night. And it was just, at that moment, I just didn't feel like it. Yeah. It was like, I'm just going to be right here, and if anything, I'll give some commentary after the fact.
Yeah.
So, and even with like what you did, that would work. If you've got them that are willing to give you a bunch of footage, then you do that. You just sit down, explain, and just talk about your experience, and then use their footage for B-roll to go over top of it. Mm-hmm. You know, so you turn a talking head into one with some extra B-roll, and half talking head, half vlog style. Might work.
Yeah.
I know, I'm ready for it.
Plan on it. I plan on it.
Awesome. Let's see. There were, wait, where was it? Jessica saying Flash has taken it upon himself to be her daddy. Sergeant doesn't even really know that she's here.
Hey, bring her in here. If she's still here, let them see Boo.
Yeah, if you got Boo, bring Boo on the camera. She'll go full screen because she is the cutest thing in the world. Okay, let's see. There were some others that I wanted to get here. Where was it? Dean saying, that's always my struggle with family vlogs. I feel like I'm not present when I'm recording. Yeah, and there definitely are moments that I feel like that, where it's like, am I here? Am I not here? And honestly, there are some times that I'll just record me talking to the kids that I'll never use in the vlog or rarely use in the vlog, but I just want to talk to them, and I've got the camera, and maybe I'll include it, maybe I won't. But when they see me locking in on them versus locking in on the lens, I don't know. It works, but there's so much that I don't show. Like there's just so much that it never makes it. And like, even when we did the editor swap, like there was so much in yours that I was like, I ain't showing anybody this stuff from you guys. Yeah. It's like, they don't need that. So,
that's appreciated.
Yeah. And it's, what do you feel like at the moment? How's it going to be? So, okay. There was, we'll get back to, Diane had one about the Mevo, and I want to get back up to that. So I'm just going to kind of do, this is what I'm going to do. I know what it is. Boom. I can favorite a comment. So now I know how to go back to it. Thank you, Ecamm. You guys are amazing. Creating new stuff like this. So she says, that's interesting, Josh. How did the disciples manage documenting and experiencing? So the one thing I do find refreshing is, and I can't remember where the scripture is, but it talks about if we were to have written down everything that we saw, the entire world could not contain all the volumes. There was that much that happened. So we got such a small dose of it, but yet it feels like we were there. And so that's the thing. I think when it comes to the documenting, we need to make sure that we're documenting from a authentic place to try to bring them in so that they feel like they are a part of it and really experience it. But at the same time, I think not beat ourselves up about, what if we don't share everything? What if we don't show it all? Can we give them enough that they just kind of get a taste? And that's the thing. When I read through the Gospels, I'm like, oh man. I mean, imagine those guys living with him day in, day out, 3.5 years. And it's like, and we just get a little glimpse of it. Like, what would it have been like? I mean, and we see, here's Jesus just walking, and he's like, oh, hey, look, there's a fig tree. Let me tell you about something. It's like, what else did he do?
Right.
You know, like, what else did he use as an illustration to our relationship with the Father? And it's like, man. It's definitely something that I'll get in my head, and I'll think about a lot of those things, and I'm like, oh, I wonder. All these extra biblical thoughts. Experiential. Jessica says, sometimes I wish we didn't film everything.
She's a big fan of that.
But then we look back at old videos like a scrapbook, and I'm so thankful that we do have them. Yeah.
She's really good at keeping me honest about things. She'll say, you know, if I'm just carrying the camera around for the sake of carrying the camera around for just in case, sometimes she'll say, you know, lay it down. I think we're good for tonight, or this, you know, this particular portion of it. Do you think you need this? You know, it's like, no, you're right. And kind of having a point. Coffee hand. Yes.
It happened. We knew it was going to happen.
Yes.
Jason Remster.
Thank you, sir.
He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it. He's like, we have got to see the floating coffee, baby angel Jarrod.
You know what's a bummer though?
What?
I don't get the audio, but
You
I know what it sounds like in my heart. So
You know
we're good
why
to
we
go.
don't get the audio? You
Why?
don't get the audio because for some reason your setup does not like to play with Ecamm. Because if we had the Ecamm interview mode, you'd be getting the audio. We'll blame that on Skype.
Sure.
That's
Sure.
Can we do that?
Let's do that. Otherwise,
It's either we're
me.
blaming it on Skype or you.
Skype it is today.
One of the two. Which one of these days
Spinning
we
too many
are going to
plates.
figure out why your system doesn't like it.
Man, I
want to
use Ecamm so bad. It's not even funny, but
Dude,
won't let
you're just gonna buy a Mac Mini. That's what it's gonna be.
I'm right on the edge of one, honestly. I really am. I can't tell if I'm gonna do one of those. What's the thin one? The Air, or
Yeah.
the new Mini, the M1,
Yeah,
whatever
the
they
M1
are.
Mac Mini.
Yeah.
At the price, the M1 Mac Mini, $700.
Yeah.
What? Are you serious? Like this MacBook Pro before too long, I'm sure it's going to, I don't know, it's going to be given to Genevieve, coffee stains and all. So, but it's good and it works and it's older, but it's powerful. I mean, it runs this whole thing. So it's definitely a good system, but that M1 Mac Mini, like that thing is just, that's
I'm just
powerful.
nervous because we've had a Mini before. We've had a Mac Mini, the first generation, and it was the spinning wheel of death all the time. All the time.
So
I hated it.
if you aren't in the Ecamm groups yet, go ahead and join one of the Facebook Ecamm groups. They've got like a Ecamm Live community, and then I think Ecamm Live Beta.
Dude, I can't rip the plastic off of a camera. I can't commit to a group, a Facebook group. Just saying.
Seriously, jump in on one of those, and just if for nothing else, any questions you have, like, because I was curious. When I heard the M1 Mac Mini coming out, I was like, ooh, new chipset. It might actually perform better, but it's a Mini, and I've only heard bad things about the Mini's performance.
Terrible.
But then you watch some of the YouTubers that are using it, and they're using it for editing and editing 4K, and it's just...
What?
Yes. And the $700 M1 Mac Mini for editing, and it's just ripping and tearing through stuff with hardly any lag, not running proxies. And I'm like, oh, if you'll do that, and it's like running on Premiere Pro on a Mac. Like that alone. I can't run Premiere Pro on this MacBook. It hates me. It's like, no, I can't do it. So it doesn't ever edit anything because of that. Like, it struggles to do Adobe Audition on this thing, which is usually why I'm taking the audio off the MacBook and throwing it over on my Windows PC. But if it could do that, and I could just stream these, edit the audio right here on the same computer and not have to transfer files back and forth, time saver. And $700? Like, come on. So, yeah, definitely want to be looking at that stuff. David Rowland saying, hey everyone, hope you are well. David, good to see you.
What's up, David?
It has been a minute. He says, just starting out, but it seems like my family is getting more comfortable with the camera on, but I do find it helpful to have those memories recorded. Yeah, I just wish that I would have gotten into video more, earlier. Would have been nice. I've got a bunch of old footage. Like, we'll still sit around with, anybody remember the app Dub Smash?
What?
So there was an app, Dub Smash, and it's like these little videos that, essentially it was like TikTok, where you're kind of doing lip syncing with just different sounds, and it was pre-TikTok, and I don't even remember what TikTok was.
Musically.
Before TikTok. Musically, yeah, before that. And I've got videos of different things that we made using Dub Smash with me and the kids, and it was just so much fun. But like home videos and things like that, man, if I would have been doing a whole lot more of that, if I would have been vlogging, that's like, I didn't do a lot of that, so now I want to do more of it. And it's good to have those memories. Like, it really is. But at the same time, there's the comfortability factor of the families kind of get on board because we're already on board with it by the time we're grabbing the camera and doing it. And it takes them a little bit longer. And then we've just got to be very, aware of when they say enough's enough. All right, let's turn it off. Like, even with my brother, when he was here over the weekend, he's like, what do you want me to do on camera? And I'm like, whatever you're comfortable with. Like, if you don't want to share stuff, then I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to force you to do this.
I cannot wait for this video.
Yeah, it was like, I just thought he's got such a small segment in it, but it was like, I just want them to see you. They know that you are going to be coming up, so say something. It doesn't have to be a lot, even if it's just a 10-second clip, just something. And he's like, okay. So, it's those moments where, and that's where, I do kind of in the edit put on a filter, if you will, of it's like, I'm going to make sure that I'm not showing something that I don't think they would want shown, especially something that I wouldn't want shown.
Sure.
Because not everybody needs to see that. But at the same time, there are other things that it's like, maybe I'll share this. And I do that with Genevieve all the time where I've got the camera running and it's like, I was like, I do something and then I'll bring her back in and be like, watch this because I don't know about this. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. So
and then you get the, babe, why'd you do that? Why'd you put that in there?
Yeah. Yeah. So much now she'll watch them before they get uploaded. Because it's just like, just watch it. Tell me if it's good. And if it's good. And then I also tell her now after it's uploaded, you got to watch it again because I got to get the watch time and the views. So,
right. We do that. We watch it on our TV on her account. It's like,
right. Yeah. It's like, watch it. And then my kids are like, I never watch your videos. And I was like, I know you don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Jessica was saying, like, our birthdays, anniversaries, vacations, so fun to relive those.
Yep.
Yes. So fun.
You're
and
good
she's
advertisement for vlogging, babe. Keep going.
Yep. She says that she's not bringing Boo in because Boo is socializing with her cousins.
Okay.
So I guess we don't get to see Boo unless we go over to
She's cute.
Instagram
That's it.
and check out Jessica and her stories. And we're going to see all sorts of Boo. And I love Boo. She's so cute. Like, I had to stop everything. The first time I saw her, I was like, ooh, Reagan, come here. You want to see this? She's so cute.
She doesn't even cry. It's like a squeak.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Hilarious. Okay. Diana saying, I think capturing those moments still means you're still there and present. And we remember events differently when we rewatch them. I think capturing still keeps the moments precious. Yes. Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes down to the intention of how we're doing it too. When we come in with like a documentation, or like we want to capture moments. We want to, do the scrapbooking of our lives type of deal. I think going in with that mindset definitely works. I think the negative comes in when we're doing it all for the views and the likes, because then, well, this would be really good for the audience to see, and this would be, and that's where it can be kind of wrong motivation, and then it's not so good. Not that I think we're doing it, but other people listening, they may hit those moments that I think we've all hit, where it's like, okay, but if I did this, I know the audience is going to like that more. I mean, that they'll really want to see me fall off a roof.
Dude.
But even
Very
that,
glad you did that.
Even that, I did that because I wanted to. I thought it would be hilarious. I wanted to see if I could recreate Santa Claus.
That's like up there. I mean, I've got some favorite videos of yours, but that one's way up there, top 3 for sure.
Yep.
Just because they were so well done. Not to go off on a tangent, but those were so well done. The recreation of those movies, so well done.
And that's the thing. Like, I think because we record these and we edit them, by the time we get to uploading, we've seen this dozens of times. And at that point, it's like, And then most of my videos, I never go back and rewatch. After if it's up, I never go back.
Yep.
That's one of them I've went back and watched several times.
Yeah. The only ones we rewatch is exactly what Jesse said. It's anniversaries, it's birthdays,
Which, and I do that too. Like the very first vlog I did was Micah's birthday, and I don't know, was that 3 years? Ooh, tomorrow is
We
my
vlogging?
3-year anniversary on YouTube.
Hey, happy anniversary.
Yeah. So, but that was like the first day that I uploaded. Actually, it might have been late tonight, whatever. I don't know. But that was the first one that I had uploaded, was her birthday vlog that I had recorded on my phone, like 3 months prior. And it was just fun to see that and to look back over that. And I've watched that several times, even though, now it's like, but it was still good. Anyhow. What do we got? Dean, my 1-year-old just laughed at baby Jarrod. Yes.
There you go. Mission accomplished.
Yes, that is
That's
awesome.
the target audience, actually.
That is awesome. Wait, are you saying
What am I saying?
I'm a 1-year-old? I don't know. I do have a childlike humor, so that could very well be. Orlando, I'm happy to know I'm not the only person who doesn't take the plastic off of things.
Thank you.
Lol. What is wrong
Thank
with you guys? Why would you?
Fear of commitment.
No,
I'm telling you
no,
straight up.
no.
Yeah.
Just commit. Full send. You got it. You paid for it. It's yours.
Yeah, but what if I want to return it?
Then you return it.
In the plastic.
No, take the plastic
No
off. You
issues.
still got a 30-day window. I didn't
might
see
scratch
anywhere on that receipt that it says, 30 days as long as you keep the plastic on. No, I'm taking that plastic and I'm chucking it. I don't care.
Oh, never mind. We'll discuss that later. Go ahead.
Okay. Vaughn Sanders. Vaughn, my M1
Vaughn.
Mini comes on Friday. Vaughn,
Vaughn, keep us posted.
Keep us posted. I guarantee you're going to have excellent reviews on that.
Yeah, for the first month until you fill
Nope.
that thing up, and then you get the spinning wheel of death.
Nah,
I want to
don't
hear
think
from
so.
Vaughn month 2. See if he's still cranking them out.
Month 2. Okay, Vaughn. About 4th of July time. Let us know. We want to know. And Vaughn's been cranking out the videos, so he's going to be putting that thing through some paces. And Vaughn's using DaVinci Resolve, if I remember right, because I had the Premiere Pro tutorial the other day.
Hats off to you, my friend.
What? Did I remember some of that stuff?
No. That Vaughn uses DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah.
That's some hardcore stuff. Go for it.
So yeah, he's using DaVinci, which I would say DaVinci is on par with Premiere.
Yep.
And so, obviously it's free.
Yep.
And if I wasn't using the whole Adobe suite, I would be on DaVinci Resolve.
Yep.
Just putting that out there. And I think I've said that many times. But yeah, I put out that Premiere Pro on the auto match loudness, and Vaughn had said, okay, now I'm Googling auto match loudness for DaVinci Resolve.
That's why I say you're savage, man. Because I would assume you'd have to Google everything. It's so complex.
It is. Well, and that's the one good thing about Adobe Premiere Pro is that you have got tons of tutorials out there.
Yeah.
So many. So it's good stuff. But okay. Jessica says, let's buy all the Macs and see which one we like best, but keep them all. I think she's got a great plan.
I was hoping she was going to say,
plan.
and leave them all in their wrappers.
No, not in the wrappers.
And
no,
we
you
will
rip the
return them.
plastic off. You rip the plastic off. Did I see something from her about ripping the plastic off? Maybe not. I don't know who I saw. Somebody
Dude,
was saying
all my
rip the
Mevos are
plastic off.
still in their plastic wrappers.
Why do you do? I don't know.
I don't want to scratch them.
See, Diana says, right, the warranty is not specific to plastic coverings.
But I don't want to scratch them.
Because
I might want to return
off.
them. I never return them. I
Rip
might
it
want to
off.
return them.
No.
I never return them.
Nope. But anyways, Jessica says that Boo is Instagram famous. She's a sensation, and you can go check it out at Jessica_teach_pray_love.
I'm nervous about this. Guys, I don't want you to get hit with farm life. There's a very good chance Boo doesn't make it. I'm sorry.
You know what?
Just so you know.
If Boo does not make it, we will be crushed. But those of us who have been with Boo through Instagram and Jessica_teach_pray_love on Instagram, those that have been with Boo since the beginning, we will cherish every moment of the little
squeal
and the floppy ear. and the little stagger waddle and seeing
Stagger.
her finally start nursing.
Yeah.
Not having to nurse on the Pedialyte. We're going to enjoy these moments. We're going to cherish these moments. But right now, we're rooting for you, Boo.
Yeah. Pray for Boo.
Anyways, Diana, and I'm not just joking. I'm serious. Like, why am I addicted to Jessica's stories?
They're awesome.
And looking at the farm animals.
Yep.
The goats. Oh, speaking of goats, hey, here's another one. Goats. My nephew Jonas, he works at that goat farm down in, and that goat farm, they've gone viral twice now.
With the yoga, right?
No, not even with the yoga. So they had a clip where it went like viral on TikTok, and then Daily Dose of Internet picked it up and shared it. Yeah. And it was they're feeding, because they do like the milk for the baby goats in like, it's like soda bottles, pop bottles. And then they put like the nipple on it and set it in this little, and you got all the goats lined up in this little tray with all their little tails just wagging back and forth.
That was them?
That was them.
I saw that video. The one where it walks through and chook, sets them all in.
Yep. And then just the other day, they had another one, and it was on Sniper Wolf's YouTube channel where she was reviewing some TikToks, and it was Goat Daddy Farm again, and it was their TikTok where it was Jonas's boss, like early morning kind of walking on the goat farm and opens up the door, and then all these little, baby goats just come running out. So why do we love goats so much?
Well, baby goats.
Baby goats.
We don't show you the adult goats.
No, Tank is hilarious.
Yeah.
Tank is hilarious. And after Jessica was talking about how he's angry, or playful, like I want to see how playful he is. Now I want to see it. I want to see Jarrod get in there with Tank.
You don't. That's
Yes, I do.
two men enter, one man leaves kind of a thing.
I want to see it.
Both told one another, next time we go into
WrestleMania.
that. Exactly. One of us leaves.
Bite a
this
Brownie versus Tank.
He
Mono
might win.
Agodo.
He's stout.
He's hilarious. So I just love his attitude. Looking at him, and I'm like, ooh, you got an attitude, boy, and I like it.
Yeah.
So anyways, Genevieve says, also, do you know what is happening tomorrow? What is happening?
What's happening?
Logan becomes a lifeguard tomorrow. I think that's it.
Ooh. Way to go, Logan.
He got his first job. He's going to be a lifeguard. So
Did he take all of his classes, or he's going to take all of his classes?
They start tomorrow taking the classes and whatnot, doing all the training. So yeah, because I don't think the pool opens until in June. So, it's like, what is it? What's the temperature? Oh, my thing doesn't even work. My watch is off. It is a whole whopping 50 degrees right now.
Oh, wow. No, thank you.
Yeah, we had like 36 the other day. So
No.
in May, Iowa, lovely. Vaughn was saying #deal, and that is he's going to give us an update at month 2.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I really want to know. I know we're being goofy, but I really want to know.
Dean says, I've had my M1 MacBook Air for about a month, and it's still a beast. Still a beast.
Okay.
Faith-based apologetics in the house. Good to see you here as well. Saying Premiere Pro for me.
Yep.
I love Premiere Pro. Like, you give me the whole Adobe Creative Cloud. Like, I use it so often. Like, just the other day, one of the videos I was making, and I found the background music that I wanted. My video was 5.5 minutes. The music was only 2 minutes. I'm like, I want it to be longer. So I just right click and I send it over to Adobe Audition, and I wind up remixing that thing, and I type in, I want it to be 5 minutes and 14 seconds. And it says, okay, and it does it. And then I export it back in. And now Jared's looking at me like, you did what?
Exactly.
How did you do this?
No idea what you just said.
Why do I not know how you do this?
No, you go on the music bed, you grab another song that you like just as much, and you put it in there.
But, well, you can
and
do
it
that.
ends about halfway through, and you're like, good enough.
But when you've got, like, if you're doing like one of those one of those type of videos, like a talking head video where you just want music just down and it's consistent across the whole board. I don't want to change. I don't want to do songs, and I want to remix it really easy. Yeah, Adobe Audition does it. And you can send it from Premiere Pro over into Adobe Audition, remix, send it back over into Premiere. There you go.
Wow.
Now
Learn
I'm
something
writing
every
myself
day.
a note.
Every time we chat, man.
Remix tutorial. So it's like, all right, now I got another What Joshua video I got to do, which isn't a bad thing. So Dean is saying you're going to love it, Vaughn. I agree, and I will love it when I get mine. I just don't know when I'm going to do it. Oh, yes, I'd be learning everything anyway, so it didn't matter if I learned DaVinci or Adobe. Yeah, and honestly, like, there's so many good ways to go, and I was looking at, like, the DaVinci route. I started with Filmora, so I was doing a lot of that initially, and they were really limited, and this was before they did their pro version. So because it was limited, I had to upgrade. DaVinci didn't have the free version out yet. So I was looking at, well, if I'm going to upgrade, it's either going to be Adobe or it's going to be Final Cut. Final Cut's only Mac. I can't stand anything from Apple. So not doing that. I guess I'm going to learn Adobe. And then I saw, wait, you've got this whole suite and there's this dynamic linking thing. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. I don't like the monthly fee, but
No.
I mean,
No.
I would much rather DaVinci 0, but I guess it does work for me, and it saves me a ton of money when I figure out these little tricks like that auto match loudness and remix and
I don't want to go back to square one. I don't know about you. I don't want to go back and relearn a whole new system.
Yeah,
it flows. It works.
I was this close to learning DaVinci just so I could be one of the extra voices and teaching DaVinci. But then I was like, no, I'm not actually going to use it for myself. So no, I'm not going to. I'll just make this stuff. And if people want to use it, then they'll use it. And if not, they won't. So it was a struggle because I knew that like my audience would appreciate it. I knew a lot in ministry that are looking for those cheaper routes, and not just cheap for the sake of being cheap, but cheap for the price, but we're not giving up the functionality.
Do not get Diana started on that. If she's still in here, just be careful with that whole cheap route. Like
I'm not a fan of just cheap for cheap's sake. But if I can have, like, for me, if all you're using is a video editor, if you just need a video editor, you don't need audio editing, if you're looking at Premiere Pro and DaVinci, you're kind of a dum-dum if you want to go for Premiere Pro over DaVinci. When it's free, and it will do everything, and with the exception of some of its extra features that it hits, but you can get the pro version for $300 as a one-time fee, and then you're good. However, if at any point you think you might want to do this stuff and you want it all to integrate, and you don't want to have to get an extra program for just this After Effects, and you don't want to have to get an extra program just for if that's the case, then
Adobe to the rescue.
Yeah, that's where I love my Adobe. Anywho, is Boo the new Little Sebastian?
Little Sebastian?
I don't know. I'm lost on that
names.
one.
Yeah, I go through goat names enough. I don't know. She is our newest little baby, tiny, infantile.
Like goat. When I saw the first video, I'm like, how did she survive? Like, how is she born?
Tiny. I don't know.
She's tiny. Like,
she's less than that. She's tiny.
Should not make it tiny. Because Jessica, one of the first videos, put her hand up next to her, and it's like,
which Jessie's hand is tiny. She's a tiny person, and that's a tiny goat.
Yeah. So I was like, no, that's.
It takes a little up to the other goats. It makes the other baby tiny goats look huge.
Yeah.
It's a very, very small goat. And they're finally getting names. Outside of Boo and Button, they're finally getting real Brown Farm names. She started off with
real Brown Farm names that are they all MCU based?
No, just because half of
a lot of them in that list weren't they?
Yes, but half of this family doesn't exactly know what that means. So, but I'm gonna allow it. They're all superheroes, or there
I'll
were
allow
some
it.
born on May the 4th, so they became Jedi.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep.
So there we go. I'll allow that. That's fine by me. But no, they were Button and Muffin and Cupcake and all these other things. I'm like, no. We have Tank.
You know what you
we
need to
have
do next?
Gamora, Nebula.
Yeah. The next, you should go with like childhood cartoons.
Ooh, that's really good, actually.
Yeah. You let her do some strawberry shortcake while you get to do some Transformers.
That's good. It's usually whatever show we're watching, but we've been bouncing around so often. We're trying to stick with a theme, and there's like a billion characters in the MCU, so we can just keep going.
Well, if you want an endless supply of names, start watching the show Psych.
I watched a little bit of that. Yeah, I got you.
Because you'll get, like Big Head and, I don't know, all these crazy ones. Oh,
I hear something.
You do hear something.
Sounds delicious and
Vaughn
refreshing.
is telling Dean that he went back and forth on the Air versus the Mini.
And it ended up with the Mini, right?
Yeah, and he ended up with the Mini.
Yeah.
Thank you. Love you.
So many questions. We'll let it go.
Then Vaughn says, I would have got the Mini, but I don't have a station at home where I know the boys wouldn't destroy it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And me, like, I rarely move this, especially when I'm streaming and editing. It's all right here. I don't go much on the go. So for me, it was like, I bought the MacBook, and granted, this isn't the M1, but I bought this when it was cheap. And I was just like, I'm going to try this, see if I can get Ecamm to work, and I'm not going to spend a ton of money. Now that I know Ecamm works and I'm willing to buy more Apple products just because of Ecamm, then it's like, oh yeah, I'll get the good one, and that's where I'm going to get the M1 for sure. So all I need to do is get an HDMI switcher so I can switch back and forth between Mac and PC using the same monitors.
Yes.
I've already bought a multi-device keyboard and mouse, so on them I can switch it from device to device. So instead of getting 2 extra monitors, maybe I'll just do that too. Have like 4 monitors, 2 for each one. Why not? I can. Might as well.
No, go for it. I'm thinking of all the money I'm going to have to spend.
Diana says she watches the lady on TikTok with the moody emu, and one of the goats, I think, is usually spaced out. Oh, and emus. My nephew Jonas out there on Goat Daddy Farm. He was fighting a llama the other day, or wrestling a llama. It was hilarious. Like I told him, I was like, you know what they needed for the music? They needed Andy Minio's "I'm Coming in Hot."
Wait, so this was the emu. I can't say that word.
Emu.
It was the bird fighting the llama. That's what you're saying?
No. Diana's talking about the moody emu, which just made me think of Jonas fighting a llama.
Jonas was fighting the llama.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the llama had it in for him. Which then makes me really want to see you versus Tank.
Oh, yeah.
Jessica,
it's
please
just
make
a
it
matter
happen.
of time.
Make it happen. Post it to TikTok. It'll go viral. It'll be hilarious.
I have a feeling it's probably not going to be documented, but there'll just be a carcass being hauled out. Mine or his, I don't know.
Pastor versus goat.
Yeah.
Come on, I can see it right now.
He's all in,
hilarious.
man. He's ready to go. I'm just trying to put him off.
It's hilarious. Genevieve did say yes, it was her baby boy growing up, so I must have got it right. Diana is talking about something that runs like jam. Oh, yeah, that's Final Cut Pro. Yeah, it doesn't run that good. Yeah. Hey, if you got a Mac, I mean, I suppose you can get it. If it works. Which it's going to work the best. I'll admit that. On a Mac, it's going to work the best.
That's what I'm told. I'm
the
sure
only
it's
thing
great.
is that the only thing is when we do that, we have to add a clarification with all Mac products. On a Mac, it works best. Yes.
I'm sure it's fantastic.
The hatred. for Final Cut Pro. Actually, my hatred isn't for Final Cut Pro. It's for Apple.
Until you run out of space.
It's for Apple. Yeah, anyways. Okay. Oh, come on, little Sebastian, Parks and Rec.
Nope. Nope.
It's like
Nope.
not having it.
Nope. I never got into Parks and Rec. We started like one episode, but we were trying to get through The Office first. So
I've watched a half dozen episodes of that and a half dozen episodes of The Office, and I still don't get either one.
Oh, you got to get through season 1 of The Office, and then
I
it's
can't.
fantastic.
I can't. I've tried it. I can't do it.
I know.
It's just,
I too was once blind, but now I see.
Well, it's going to take a miracle for me to get through that.
I thought the same thing, man. I remember
it's rough.
It's awkward. I hate it. But after you're through that first season, it's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to take your word for it. I can't.
I understand. I said the same thing. I understand. I said the same thing about Sony as well. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yep, just can't foresee it. Jason Ogle in the house saying he has his money on Tank.
You're a punk. Bring Ben over. Maybe he'll take care of him for me. Ben's his son of he's like 3 or 4. I don't know. But he's just built like a tank, man. He can wrestle his brother, who's quite a few years older than him, to the ground. He's just a behemoth.
Nice. Diana saying never watch Parks and Rec. Just enjoy the memes and clips. Fair enough. I would agree. Okay. Faith-based apologetics. I get a student discount for Premiere Pro.
There you go.
Student discount works. There's a lot of different discounts.
There's like a student one, a teacher one, a couple.
There's a military one, isn't there?
I don't know about that one. I wouldn't doubt it.
I was thinking there is. And if you don't know about that, how do you... Here you are full price. You should check if there's a military discount.
I should check.
Should. There is a teacher discount.
I just want it to work. And it works.
Why aren't you hopping on the teacher discount with
Jesse?
Jessica Teach, Pray, Love?
Yeah. I don't know. We should look into that.
You should do that.
We should.
I mean, why not?
No, I'm with you.
Because you
put it on my list.
She uses it. You use it.
She does not use it. I want her to use it. She
uses it
desperately to use it.
She uses it.
No, she phones it in. She says,
"Is
I have a
Premiere
video."
Pro being used for her teaching videos?"
Yes, it is.
She uses it.
I'm the proxy, huh? Okay.
Exactly. You're the proxy file.
Yeah.
It's happening. Okay. I need to get back up here. There was one. It was, nope. I click on favorite comments. Here it is. I love this. The Mevo was a meh camera indoors. I could see it being for outdoor services, but I think GoPros are better.
No.
Lol.
Yep. The integration
software
of their software is amazing. Cameras, not fantastic, but they have camera assistant where right now it jumps in, intervals of 10 seconds, 8 seconds, whatever you want to slide it to cut to different cameras. And it can also pick up where the action is. That's supposedly in the works. I haven't found that feature yet, but they say it's fantastic. Anyway, it's supposed to pump into where all of the motion is going on in games and whatnot. So we'll see.
Nice.
I'm using it for service. I used it for a dodgeball game this week. It was fantastic. It's fantastic. So far, so good. Maybe
I've looked at them, but for me, and I'm a weird one. This is where I often tell people, they ask, what's the best camera? The one that you've got. The best camera is the one that's with you at any point in time. There are lots of times this is the camera that I'm using because it works. And you guys would never know the difference watching most of the videos.
Yeah.
You'd never know when I'm grabbing it because I'll still shoot 4K on that. Yeah. But it's often just little clips. Or the drone. And it's not the greatest camera. It works good for drone shots. It does not work good for walking around and vlogging, even though I made it happen.
Yeah,
but
true.
I love my A6600. You've got the A7S III. I often recommend the Sony ZV-1. I never recommend Canon anymore. Like, and I tell people, if they're like, well, I found a great deal on Canon. Okay, go ahead and buy the Canon, but I will not recommend it. And don't ever say that I recommended it. It's like, I think it's going to limit you until Canon fixes their whole concept of how they want to run their business. I won't recommend them. But can it be used in certain situations? Absolutely. The Mevos in certain situations, yeah, I can see them really working. And from what I have heard, the way that the software runs works great. It's similar to like Sling Studio.
Oh yeah. Without the bulk, the thing is the size of a GoPro, and there's no cords to run anywhere, and you can run it off of your cell phone, which can be a blessing and a curse. But that is insanely neat and tidy for a group like us, where we don't want cords everywhere. I don't have to have an extra person figuring it out. There's a camera assistant that's popping through. It's handy. It has its use case.
Yeah, definitely a use case. And that was like, I bought that Pixio robotic cameraman.
Oh yeah.
That I don't use anymore, and I won't use anymore, and I'd probably sell it if I thought there was actually a market to buy it. Instead, it just occupies space in my closet and doesn't get used.
Does it still have the plastic on it?
No, it doesn't have the plastic. Nothing has the plastic on around here.
There you go.
That plastic off, it's gone ASAP.
It'd be a lot better if it did.
No, it would. It would not. But everything in its own use case would definitely work, and that's where I've seen the Mevos. Yeah, for certain scenarios, it would work good. The other one is that something shot, solo shot. So the solo shots would be great if they actually, there's your audio again. It's my audio. Whose audio? Somebody's audio. I'm going to mute that. I don't know whose it is. I'm blaming it on something. Solar flares.
Oh, right.
The price of tea in China.
There you go.
Something's got to do with it, right? So yeah, she's saying the software was all right, but the camera, meh, when I tried them. Mm-hmm. Which I would say that. And she says, I know for me, I have to use a better camera. So she just prefers her mirrorless. And yeah, I'm with that too.
Oh yeah.
The best camera quality I can get, obviously audio's the most important thing. And then after that, let's go with, good video. Make sure you got good lighting, because you can have the best camera in the world. And if it's just dark, that was like in one of the, might have been Value with Video group. One of the guys was asking for some feedback on I can't even remember. I don't even want to say, because I can't remember who it was, but somebody asked for feedback on a video, and there was a dark spot where they're like outside on a patio and face is dark and everything in the background is great. And it was just simple lighting of just being backlit. They were facing a wall. And then when he went to the other side of the patio, where at least the light was coming in on the side, this side of his face was lit, and you could see the shadows on the right side. But because it's a big light source, it was still soft and it still looked good. And it was just a simple thing of, if you're outdoors, just face the light. Mm-hmm. Or if you don't want to do it and you really like that, well, try to find something, get a piece of foam board and do a little bounce board or something, because no bounce board. Bounce board, no bounce board, bounce board.
Yeah.
Just little things. It's just trying to shape the light if you can. Little things like that, where that will affect the video. And that's where, like what she's saying with the Mevos and what I've seen with them, with GoPro even, because GoPro's horrible in bad light as well. If you don't have good light, the video is just not going to look the greatest.
Yeah.
And that's where, outdoor, I could see it definitely being a whole lot better than indoor, unless you just got outstanding lighting and you're using something like StreamYard to stream only to Facebook, so 720 is all the resolution you're going to get. I had to take a shot at StreamYard because I can.
Yeah. No, so far so good. I'll keep you posted on it. I really like it. It works for our little group.
And did you say you had some other gear that you got?
No, just that the Mevos. I've been trying to pick up the Rode Wireless Go 2 as well, but apparently that is not an option until June or July or something like that.
Back ordered again?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Went through
those things
everybody.
went so fast. But why are you getting that when you've already got the Pico?
I don't know. I don't no, I don't know. I don't like the Pico. So I like the Pico for a wedding. Isn't this the case with all of this gear that we're talking about? Like it just there's not one complete perfect package.
Correct.
The Pico is great, lapel mic, wedding, speeches, that sort of thing, out in the field, that kind of a deal. But if for worship or service, I'm having to balance between, Jason and Danielle. I just have to like pin it somewhere, and it's just kind of a mess for audio because they've got instruments included. I can't pipe the sound from a mix that he wants to drop for me, with the Pico mic.
Yeah,
But
I get that.
I can
Well-
with a wireless Go. I can transmit it.
Now, I haven't checked on Pico in a long time. I know when I was really interested in it, that's been, a year and a half ago that I was looking into it. They had talked about having, at some point, coming out with an XLR adapter.
Mm-hmm.
Did that ever happen?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't paid attention to it, but I know what you're talking about as far I picked one up in preparation for the wireless Go thing because I know the wireless Go's do it.
And we
Hello.
have audio again.
Ah.
I wish I knew what that was. Like, how does it just, it appears and then it goes, and I don't know. Dinah was saying I want to try some of the Sony and Deity wireless units.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for me, I've got the Rode Wireless Go. That thing is still just such a champ. I use it every week for my sermons. That's my go-to. The Wireless Go 2 is very intriguing to me. If I were doing extra people and stuff like that. I don't, so there's no need for it right now. The other thing that I liked about the Wireless Go 2 is the fact that it has internal recording. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wait, you'll do internal recording on that little yes, please. That was good. So, and Diana's saying Pico has no newer versions. So, which doesn't surprise me because like when they kept getting sold out, and they're the hardest company in the world to reach out and get a hold of, and
they're
was like
French.
Send an email, and 3 weeks later they send me an email back and they're like, oh, we have this version which isn't nearly what you wanted, right, and it costs almost the same price. I'm like, no, I'll wait for the other one, but you better hurry, otherwise I'm going to buy this Rode Wireless Go. Well, it'll probably be 3 weeks before we get it in production. All right, I'll wait 3 weeks. 3 months later they send me an email back, and I've already bought my Wireless Go at that point.
Yeah, they were horrible about that.
You missed. But the device itself, I mean, it's still super impressive, and the fact that
pretty slick.
It can be software update, just update the firmware on that thing, and you got all of those. And I know they have, at least early on, they were updating the firmware. So
yep,
it was like, all right, they got something going on for them, and I'm
the
glad
product
that others
is really cool. The company is a bit much to deal with, and there's something still lacking with whenever you do, say you're doing lapel mics and you want to plug into like a Zoom or something, like a recorder, a different recorder. It doesn't work. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't work. I've tried that a handful of times. It's frustrating because you got everything set up. The audio levels are there. You hit record and it like cuts off in 10 seconds in or something. It's like, it doesn't push a signal through. It's weird.
Yep.
I hate it anyway.
Yeah.
Pico mic, but it's a cool little tool when it works.
Cool tool. And especially for the use case of weddings, like that is its ideal use case.
Yeah.
Cause that microphone, that thing, the size of a tie clip, insane.
It's tiny. Yep.
Like insane. Because I was sitting there thinking, if there's somebody doing like remote interviews, you're going to a big conference, and you want to interview people, pop that off and just clip it right here. Because we're like, oh yeah, I can do that with the Rode Wireless Go. Sure, and it pulls your shirt down.
Yeah.
It's like that thing is way too heavy and cumbersome to be doing that.
Yeah.
Which is why I use the Smart Lav with it and feed it under the shirt with some toupee tape that always pulls chest hair.
Guaranteed to pull your chest hair out.
Guaranteed every time, but it doesn't move. It doesn't slip. It doesn't fall. Doesn't matter how sweaty I am. So good on you, Top Stick. Anywho, hey, you got anything else? I know we've been on here for a bit, and it is an evening edition, and it's creeping up on 9 p.m. our time. Any other final words, parting shots?
Yeah, it is so good to see you again, man. Let's not wait this long, no matter what's going on in our lives.
Yeah, let's not wait a month.
And it's fun to interact with all of you, everybody who's on weekly with us, to ask questions and hang out. We appreciate you more than you know.
Everybody that's here to hang out weekly, here that hang out monthly.
Well, this one was monthly, but normally it's weekly. You guys know.
Yeah. Yep. Jason Remster saying, great to see you guys again. Jason, love you. Thank you so much for the floating coffee angel baby Jarrod and the coffee. Appreciate it. All right, that's all I've got for you guys. I think that's all for us. So until next time, stay blessed. Enjoy God's best. Have a fantastic whatever
month.